I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Tito Santana.
This is Kurt Angle.
This is Bret the Hitman Hart, and this is going out to Scott and Holly.
You are listening to the
Win Twice Wrestling Podcast
with Scott and Holly.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
And this holds for everybody. Ho!
Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to listen to the incomparable Win Twice Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Scott and Holly. We always go over, brother, and that's the bottom line. Dig it? So sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 85 of the Win Twice Wrestling Podcast with your hosts Scott and Holly. Hello Holly.
Hi.
I saw you have a look of relief on your face there when I actually said the correct number of the episode.
I did.
Because peeking behind the curtain, for some reason I said 20 something to begin with, which is nowhere near the actual number.
No.
But we are knocking this out. We're doing a little bit of a double header, so to speak. We previously did an episode of Superstars, and I thought, what's better than one episode of Superstars? 2 fucking episodes of Superstars?
Yeah.
Have a word. So we've done that. This one again has a theme to it, as both Superstars episodes did.
Of course.
Obviously, we got the fantastic Job Watch on the previous episode. We got Macho Man, who you're never going to be sorry to see.
Yep.
And this one is a very different tone. So we've moved forward a couple years, 2 years to be precise, near enough. And it feels massively different in many respects, this show.
A bit, yes.
And it kind of dovetails with some of the stuff that we've spoken about on other episodes, namely being Lex Luger.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, and we've talked about it at length, and we'll probably talk about it again, when I look at Lex Luger... There you go. That's your gimmick that gets you to the top.
Yeah.
Lex Luger. That's a porn name if I ever heard it. Lex Luger in the WWF is just not the main event.
Yeah.
He just isn't.
Yeah.
He never looks happy. He looks awkward. He doesn't quite carry himself right. His physique is great. Fine.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
There's an absence of charisma there, if you ask me.
Yep.
The look is pretty much there, though.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not anything behind it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And obviously, this is a period of time, and it gets noted in here later on, where Hogan's gone.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Hogan. Who the fuck do we make Hogan?
Mm-hmm.
Lex, up until this point, Lex Luger is a heel.
Right, yeah.
If you go back again through our manias, if you remember, Bobby Heenan introduces Lex Luger, and well, it's done by a video interview, but there's a Royal Rumble that he appears at as well, because not long after Lex Luger went to WWF, the World Bodybuilding Federation came about. He was supposed to be involved in that, but he had that car crash, which then led to him having... Oh, sorry, it was a car crash, it was a motorbike accident, to having the steel plate in his arm, which was obviously a gimmick that they leaned upon later. So they've gone from having this narcissist character to be the next in line for Hogan. And I don't mean as a challenger, but he is going to be the new Hogan.
Okay. Sure.
Let's put yourself in the position of Vince McMahon. You're booking the WWF. You've lost your absolute bread and butter, your breadwinner, your money maker, whatever you want to call it, your gravy train in Hulk Hogan. Back on food already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you see why they went with Luger? Or why they thought they were going to go with Luger?
Aesthetically, yes.
And in compared to, I guess, those around him and the landscape. Because I look at Bret Hart and I think you've got the look as well, to be honest. It's not the same ripped look, but I don't think Bret's got a bad look at all.
No, he doesn't at all. But I can see why maybe Luger would have fit the bill. But the minute he opened his mouth for me is, I'm out.
Yep, I think that's fair.
And he never looks like he ever enjoys himself.
Yes.
Is my
and this
issue.
is kind of my point. He takes me out of it, where he is, and it's quite funny because they ended up being together. He's got the facial reactions and the mannerisms in a lot of respects of Miss Elizabeth. And he's like, I don't really want to be here. It's just a bit awkward. It doesn't quite sit right. It's a bit endearing for her, where it's a bit like...
Do you want to be here or not?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
And this, of course, is all around, and this kind of culminates in this face turn that he has on this episode of WWF Superstars.
Yeah.
So Holly's, you can tell by the tone, just of the way that Holly responds to things, that you know how she feels about it. And I'm always excited to pick at that scab, especially when it's too early and still a bit bloody. I feel like Holly, this is a raw wound for Holly because we both watched this episode yesterday.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's still very much fresh in the mind. I didn't see exactly when this was originally filmed, but obviously it was aired on the 4th of July, 1993. The venue was the USS Intrepid in New York City. The attendance was just over 1,000 there or thereabouts. What did you think of the venue? Because it's so different from what we've seen.
It's so different, but I get it for it being 4th of July.
Yeah, it
Very
nails
patriotic.
it nails the patriotic theme.
Yeah.
If I have to give them any credit at all, absolutely nailed this to rights. A couple of things that make me sad about that, in terms of, we'll get to Todd petting zoo in a minute.
Okay.
But Savage,
Oh.
fucking absolutely outstanding.
Yeah. Oh, he carries this entire... If he's not here, this is far, far worse than it actually is.
He
carries this.
Funny enough, because he's not technically on commentary, because again, there's no commentary. There's no wrestling.
True.
Okay, so to elaborate a little bit for you, when I picked this, I knew that obviously the Lex Luger Yokozuna thing happened.
Yes.
I knew there were some failed attempts beforehand.
Right.
I swear to God, I did not know that was the entirety of the show.
Okay.
I thought,
believe you, because it was so bad, there's no way you willingly would have suggested it if you'd known it was the whole thing, maybe?
I don't know, because I wanted the opportunity for us to discuss Lex Luger a little bit.
Point, yeah.
The one thing that did sadden me, though, was I went, oh, it's only 40 minutes. Huh? 51?
Mm-hmm.
This one's longer than the last one.
Isn't it?
Weirdly, did this in one sitting.
Yeah, I did this too in one sitting. Mainly because I just wanted it to be done.
Well, it had to be if we were going to record it today, to be fair. But
even if I'd watched it on Monday. Or, do you know what I mean? There's absolutely no way, because I wouldn't want to go back and watch it.
So, again, maybe I should have done a little bit more research into this, and maybe someone out there who's more learned than I will know the answer. But I feel like they must have had some actual wrestling there. They can't have just done this.
Yeah, maybe
Because
like
if I'm
earlier than filming.
Yeah, and then maybe concluded with this.
So.
But you've got to do the. I don't know how you stagger this right, because if you do this at the beginning, then put like an hour of wrestling afterwards, the crowd are already dead on their ass from seeing this to begin with. But if you put the wrestling first, which pleased the crowd, and then they get to this, surely they're more dead than what they were. So
I don't know really. But it's a weird one to just think, was this it?
And it's not even formatted like a TV show or something that's ready for TV.
Nope.
It's done like, it feels I'll talk about the camera work later on in this, but it's one of the most unprofessional professional wrestling things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm talking about, like, forget school gyms, etc. There's like an element of quality to that. This just felt like we were following someone on a holiday and they're filming like the Disney parade.
Yeah,
like
true.
the events are happening and they just happen to be there filming it, and we're watching someone's home video.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said, would I have picked it? Yeah, I still would have picked it, because I was thinking there's no way they can drag this out. It genuinely dawned on me, and I think I sent you a voice note yesterday. 20 minutes in, I went, oh my God. I was like, this is the maddest thing I've ever seen, because it dawned on me then, we're going to see this for the entire show.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be breaks. Like, I thought it was going to be... This person tries... Then we'll see a quick little match.
Or a cut away from something else.
Yeah, but no.
No. We don't get that lucky.
No.
So the show opening, let's dive right in. I was going to say, actually, sorry, let's rewind slightly.
Yeah.
You've now seen an episode of Superstars.
Yes.
Going into this, nothing could have prepared you. But nothing could have prepared you for this.
Oh, no. This was like nothing I've ever seen before.
And so this is, like I said, the 85th episode we've done.
Yeah.
Of all the shows we've covered and the topics we've done and, gone into depth on, only 2 shows I can think of didn't involve any wrestling matches up until this. The Vince McMahon Netflix documentary series and the tribute to Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
This is a wrestling show that has no wrestling matches on it. I just wanted to put that out there. So we did this. We put ourselves through this for you guys. So
Well, you put me through this, but,
I put myself through this. Honestly, I gave myself a ruddy good thrashing afterwards. But I'll be honest, it kind of flew by because in terms of notes, and I've seen Holly's notes, and I can see the entirety of the notes from here.
There's
Because
nothing to write about, though. It's crazy.
I'm just going to quickly...
Yeah, but I'm sure you've written about every single person and a bit of a backstory on every single person.
Not backstory, don't care.
Okay.
Not backstory, don't... trust me, that's the shortest notes I've ever done for a show, by the way.
Okay, cool.
And that's still quite extensive, but let's power through, shall we? Brace yourselves. So we begin with a low-angled camera Fuck me, that's the first sentence. It's going to get better from here. We begin with a low-angled camera shot aiming towards the clear blue New York sky, and we see standing in the middle of the ring Todd Pettingale dressed like an absolute fucking moron. Full Stars and Stripes attire has its place, but it certainly is not on this man. I get to because I didn't see the full setup, I just saw the top part of it to begin with and made assumptions about the rest, and when I kind of fully appreciate what I see later on, I get very upset.
Oh. So
we'll get there, don't worry, we will get there. Standing beside him in the ring is the devious Mr. Fuji, 2 shows in a row, who says that, well, he says stuff. I pick up some bits later on. He says there are no real athletes can compare to his Yokozuna, and comically even says that all other athletes are not in shape and very, very weak. I can only assume that the desired shape in this case is a saggy, oversized pumpkin. Okay?
Yeah.
Not one professional athlete can lift and slam his Yokozuna. No. I think, Holly, I deserve some credit for actually being able to understand what Mr. Fuji was saying on this occasion.
Yep.
USA.
Yeah,
there's a few of them.
A common theme that ebbs and flows at
yep,
some point.
Very much. In response to the chants of USA, Mr. Fuji begins waving the Japanese flag in defiance. Every part of my being here is waiting to hear Gorilla Monsoon reference Pearl Harbor. They're on a ship with a Japanese man in the ring waving a flag. It screams Pearl Harbor reference. Todd Pettingale returns to the microphone, that's a shame, returns the microphone to himself before introducing a man that stands at 6 feet and 2 inches and weighs in at 245 pounds. Former Giants running back Lee Rusin.
Cool.
The crowd don't give a shit.
No, they don't.
The cameraman gives me motion sickness as he tries to refocus on the ring, where we see our boy Earl Hebner catching some shade beneath the Goliath Yokozuna. I don't think I'm wrong, Holly, but I distinctly heard an "Ooh yeah!"
Yeah.
And indeed I did. Standing in the ring beside the running back is the very appropriately attired Macho Man Randy Savage. You're going to cover it later. Give me the instant feelings, emotions. What did it evoke within you?
Amazing. Thank God is what I thought, thank God he's there. Also, just to comment on the camera work, we don't see Savage. We don't see Savage for a good 5 minutes.
You see him briefly in the background, that's
yeah. But you just hear him because whoever's doing the fucking filming can't work out how to actually point a camera straight at any point in this whole entire show.
Was this a one-man camera crew operation? I feel like it was, because he's running around the ring and they're not cutting away to anything.
For sure, this is just one guy. And to me, he's holding like a handheld, like Sony like camera.
100%. For as bad as Todd Pettingale looked in his outfit, the opposite is true of Mr. Savage. What we see here, I will not be considering a match, and that's just a theme that we're going to go with throughout. As we see Rusin try to lift one of Yokozuna's tree trunk-like legs, which causes the big man to stagger back briefly, and apparently that is a failed attempt. Savage nonetheless raises the arm as he leaves the ring. Next up, at 5 feet 9 inches and weighing in at 197 pounds, is, according to Todd Pettingale, the greatest running back in Giant history, Joe Morris.
He's got a game of golf after this.
Oh, 100%. I've got comments on what they're doing as well.
The polo shirt and the
hat.
Yeah.
Yep, sunglasses. Outside though, in the sun.
Yeah,
fine.
Absolutely fine.
The crowd were kind enough to chant na 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 hey, hey, as Lee Rusin exited the ring. And I have to admit, Joe Morris does get a better reception as he jogs down to the squared circle. When he enters the ring, Savage greets him with a high five and says that although this isn't the 50-yard line, it's pretty close. Joe sizes up the big man and goes as if to lift Yokozuna in a fireman's carry, only to immediately give up and exit the ring. Now representing the Philly Flyers at 6 feet 1 and 220 pounds is Sean Cronin. I bet you can guess what happens next. Yes, another failed attempt. Todd Pettingill informs us that Yokozuna has been bulking up for this, as he now weighs an incredible 568 pounds. Yeah, that's the way to say he can't stop fucking shoving food down his gullet. He's bulking up.
Well,
is he going into hibernation?
we see later.
That.
Angry.
That. No. That was everything. Okay?
So
We've talked about Yokozuna fucking eating, and now we get to witness it.
Mm-hmm.
I celebrated.
Yeah.
Todd Pettingill informs us that Yokozuna's been bulking up, yet more awful camera work as the cameraman runs around the ring to get a better angle. Buying some time, Todd Pettingill asks Sean, now that he's had some time to think about what his approach to this will be, what's he going to do? And he responds, I'll get in there and I'll work in there. Okay? One shot is all he needs. One opportunity. Will he capture it? No, he doesn't. As the USA chant begins once again, as mentioned, it is a failed attempt, but at least Sean tries to pick him up with a conventional body slam grip. Now it is the turn of the WWF Superstars, or at least one, and up first is former WWF champion, Mr. Bob Backlund. What were your thoughts when you saw this man run the fuck out?
What's going on?
I cannot get over Backlund's hair here.
Yeah.
It's coiffy. It's
Isn't it? He's
orange.
fresh out the hairdressers.
Honestly, it's the most orange I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
It's like Becky Lynch
Oh, yeah.
with the skin of Casper the Friendly Ghost. It is just surreal. And you've seen the mad version of Bob Backlund now. Remember this version. This is what he was his entire title reign.
Right.
This.
Okay. Cool.
It's many things. I don't know if it's cool though. Wow. I cannot get over Backlund's hair. Savage heard through the grapevine that Mr. Backlund is also representing the NCAA. This appears to catch him off guard, but he says that yes, amateur wrestling is very important to me. Cool. Unfortunately, just like those that came before him, Bob Backlund fails with a body slam.
Well, do you know what? If I'd have thought anyone could do it, it would be the next
Bobby
guy.
Backlund. Oh, okay. My God. I've seen them. I can't unsee them. Is Todd Pettingill wearing jorts?
Yes, he is.
Wrongin'.
Oh.
Wrongin'. Next up, and no, I'm not joking, is a 5'2", red, white and blue jockey, Julio something or other. I could not hear enough surname to find out who that was.
No.
He's the only one I fail on.
There's a couple I failed on later, and I didn't care by that point. But yeah, I got Julio. That's it.
Julio,
He's a jockey. I don't know.
Jockey.
They knew who he was, so fine.
Well, yeah. I mean, he looks a jockey. He's coming out in the jockey gear. We know what's going on. Small man, even smaller voice. As he says, he's going, try his best. In the microphone. Like, you can't hear. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
As Savage is talking to him. Okay. It wasn't Savage talking to him. Correction. It's not enough for Savage. Savage takes this moment to go, hold my beer.
Yep.
I'm getting more readily involved in this to make it fucking entertaining. He doesn't shout goal for 25 minutes like he did at a Raw event, which made me want to rip my face off. I'm not going to do it in his voice because this will kill me.
Okay.
He goes, everybody says that your heart is bigger than you are. And I believe that by a mile. By a mile! He does that on a few things.
He does.
Everybody also says that you're a dark horse. Oh, yeah! No guts, no glory. Do it for USA. Now prove it. What the fuck?
I know.
That isn't a fucking question.
No.
He goes, I've got one question for you.
There isn't a question there.
There's words.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them English in a sentence format, I guess. Unbelievably, after tucking his horsewhip into his arse crack, Julio lifts the big Yokozuna off his feet and slams him on the canvas. Oh no, of course he fucking didn't. But as he runs away, he does whip Yokozuna, which amuses me as the big man stumbles after him.
I did like that.
Well played by Yokozuna as well for going along with that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised actually because Yokozuna's a big boy. You know how you see like flies swat away, horse swat away flies with their tails? He does that a lot to people, and that's all I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Next up. Now making his way down to the ring is a man who needs no introduction, which is good because he nearly didn't fucking get one. At 6'3" tall and weighing in at 308 pounds, Miami Dolphin offensive guard Big Keith Sims.
Oh.
There you go. He literally comes down, he's in the ring, and they go,
yeah, I've got.
Oh,
Who is this guy? We
Yep.
don't hear his name, and it's like they forget, and then go, oh, it's this guy.
It's Keith Sims, is who this
Big.
is. Big Keith Sims.
Keith.
Todd asks Keith what his strategy is, having seen so many people fail in the attempt, and apparently he's going to try and tire him out, which I'm not sure how that's fucking possible.
Like run around the ring.
Well, seeing as he's always tired. Keith steps up to the plate, but fails. I suddenly feel as though I'm watching Cloverfield as the cameraman runs around the ringside and spins sporadically. All right, Weasel? We here? From it wasn't like that, Randy Savage. All right, Weasel, son. Bobby Heenan is now standing in the ring. Oh, please put Bobby. Fuck Todd Pettingale off.
Yeah.
Bobby and Savage.
That's
true. What
that
we
would
want
have
to
been
see.
Good.
That is what we want to see. Although
Well,
them
good
at
to push,
WrestleMania
but-
wasn't ideal. Bobby is now standing on the ring apron, and he said that everyone called him a liar when he said that nobody would slam the WWF champion. Yet here we are. It's hot here, so let's get this thing moving, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Yes. With that, he exits the ring, and we get a close-up of the World Wrestling Federation title that's been placed neatly in the corner of the ring. It's a nice image, that, actually.
Yeah. It's the only one the cameraman does. Okay.
He does, yeah, and he stays on it for about 2 hours. But we're not done yet with this body slam challenge. No. At 6'2" tall, weighing in at 210 pounds, winner of 2 Stanley Cups, Peter Taglianetti. Speaking of pasta, right, he was actually probably the best looking of the men that come down.
Yes, agree.
There was a second one who you have probably not even noted. You've seen him before, and you liked when you saw him the first time. So we haven't got to him just yet. So that's something to get interesting about. Something to hook them in, keep them engaged.
I see.
So Peter says that he'll give it his best shot, and Todd wittily points out that it would be easier to get him beat on a power play. Fuck off.
God.
Another failed attempt. Now it's time for another WWF superstar to give it a go from the University of Michigan, Scott Steiner. I believe he could lift him.
Mm-hmm.
Steiner gets his fantastic entrance music blasting out the speakers as he approaches the ring with confidence, glad-handing the fans. They nearly managed to successfully drown out Todd Pettingale asking the question, but sadly the music is cut off and we hear, unsurprisingly, that he's asked about the strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Lift him, slam him. Not much to think about, really, there.
How are you going to do it? Pick him up?
Yeah, pick him up with a handful of cock. What do you want? What do you want? He's going to try his best. Stop the presses. That is brand new information. In a slight deviation from the usual script, Scott Steiner slaps the piss out of Yokozuna, and I was like, yeah, fucking go on, give me something, before attempting to slam him with no success. Savage. I'm going to give this one a go.
Scotty, you went right at him, brother. Real cool.
It's very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Right. It's the prolonged ones I can't do
Yeah.
because it just hits me too hard. That's it.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Real cool.
Now making his way down to the ring is 6'7" tall Charlotte Hornets basketball star Scott Brown.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, Scotty Brown. Scotty Brown.
Cool.
You know Scotty Brown?
I noted his name as some really tall basketball guy.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott says that Yokozuna is bigger than he thought, and Todd points out that he is a little girthier than Scott is. Well, I don't know about that. Okay. Savage doesn't believe, though, that Yoko can dunk a basketball. No, but he sure
Probably
can
eat
dunk
one.
chicken wings into a jar of mayonnaise. He can eat, did you say? Well, he
eat
can
one,
fucking eat, yeah. Brilliant. He can eat a basketball. That deserved more credit than it got.
Deep fry it.
Deep fry. Yeah, probably. Scott thinks better of it and doesn't even attempt it and waves it off.
Good.
He walks away, exits the ring, they boo him. And
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, it's probably sensible.
Yeah.
It's like, have you seen Bug's Life? And you know when the stick insect
Yep.
lifts up the caterpillar?
Yep.
That's exactly what this moment is.
Yep,
If
100%.
it had happened.
100%. Next out, standing a mighty 5 foot. So we've gone from 6'7" here.
Yeah.
So 5'8" tall, and running back. Sorry, the running back for the United. That's not even there. Next out, standing at 5'8" tall, running back for the Miami Dolphins, Mark Higgs.
Cool.
Yep. Mark leaps over the top rope, which excites Macho Man greatly. Todd asks the strategy, and Mark admits that he normally runs away from the size individuals of Yokozuna, but on this occasion he's going to try and go low. So enormous is Yokozuna that Mark collapses onto his back as he attempts. Worth noting, between each challenge, Yokozuna takes the time to bow to Mr. Fuji. Now Mr. Fuji grows impatient as Yokozuna is hungry and wants to go head to the back and eat rice and steak and turkey and ham and French fries and chocolate cake, and then he'll have dinner.
That's the aperitif.
Yes. Todd announces that they need a bowl of rice brought down to the ring, and it is incredible just how quickly that materialises.
Oh, it's almost like they knew.
Yeah, cold rice.
Oh, no.
Mr. Fuji hands Yokozuna the chopsticks, and he begins to tuck into the bowl of rice. There is genuine part of me that would love the next 30 minutes to be watching Yokozuna just eat food.
Them, yeah.
Just going back. For 30 minutes with just the fans there, no explanation.
True.
Don't say anything and just see how long people stay there and put up with it.
Good Lord.
Savage points out that the red, white and blue is also hungry, but I think it is clear that Yokozuna, much like Joey Tribbiani, does not share food. Mr. Fuji continues to talk on the microphone, but I'll be damned if I could interpret a single word of it. Didn't get a sausage out of what he said there. The audio doesn't help, to be fair, but not a clue. Todd can't help but think, as we watch Yokozuna continue to feast, that there's still a competitor out there who has the red, white and blue pumping through his veins, and they'll be able to slam Yokozuna, brother. Now Todd begins a USA chant of his own, which the crowd merrily join in on. Savage turns to Yokozuna and says, I'm not going to do his voice, Yokozuna, if you're not done, we are, brother. Take it home, because you're going to be going airborne in 2 seconds. Now representing the Buffalo Bills is 275-pounder Gary Baldinger. I haven't had my balls ding for a while, actually. Not sure why he is dressed like a WWF official, but here we are. Gary admits that Yoko is a big man, but wants to warn him that the buffet line closes in 5 minutes. Yokozuna's run. He's gone out the ring.
I've never seen him move so quick.
Honestly, it's ridiculous. Gary makes his attempt and fails and exits the ring.
Shock.
Todd reminds all the fans that Todd reminds all the fans what Independence Day is, thanks for that, and why they are here, before now introducing Native American Tatanka. Tatanka jogs his way down to the ring and actually receives a very good reception from the fans, I have to say. God forbid they came here to see wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Todd asks Tatanka if he's ready, which he says he is, and he's very happy to be here on the biggest stage in American history, right in front of all of these great fans. Amusingly, as the camera pans, nobody looks to be clapping, at least not at first, like everyone else. Just dead panning into the camera, and then they actually get some people who give a shit. Tatanka says that he is here to slam Yokozuna through the depths of the Intrepid, whatever that means. Savage says that he wants Tatanka to know that he gets chills running up and down his spine whenever he gets into the ring. Okay. Savage continues to prattle on about Native American history to the Native American, or the alleged Native American, and tells him to make the people proud. Unfortunately for the Native American, 2 failed attempts to slam the Giant, even after he too fails in his attempt to slam the Giant, even after concluding his war dance and connecting with 3 overhand chops to the head. Tatanka climbs to the top rope and lands a double axe handle, but cannot slam him, and after landing a knife-edge chop, he hits the ropes only to be dropped with a super kick, and falls victim to the running leg drop. Brother, don't think that got past me. Running leg drop? Come on now, behave yourself. They're teasing. They want people to think that Hogan's coming, I think.
Yeah.
This is officially the longest time I've seen Yokozuna in the ring, and the big boy must be blowing out of his arse.
Well, you can see how much he's sweating.
Just from the weather.
Yeah.
Tatanka rolls to the outside and is checked on by some of the non-striped referees and previously failed competitors. The Brain returns to the ring to reiterate the points he made earlier, that nobody is going to move Yokozuna from this ring, and there's more chance of the Empire State Building crashing down into the Intrepid, turning it into the Poseidon.
Cool. So let's just end it here. If no one's going to do it, let's just go, guys, let's give up.
They're building it. It's all part of the dance, Holly. It's part of the dance.
Easy.
As Heenan continues in the ring, Randy Savage is standing by a pickup truck at ringside, pointing at some of the detail, and is heard saying, "That's just the way it goes." Okay. Walking by the former WWF champion is the retired defensive lineman for the New York Giants, George Martin. When asked how George will approach this one, he comes out with the line of the night, from someone who isn't Randy Savage in my opinion, and says, Yokozuna? I thought it was Yoko Ono.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Credit to George Martin, as he looks like the epitome of a Sunday League coach for Pee Wee football.
Yeah.
George Martin says he has a secret weapon in the bag, which we'll just have to wait and see. And based on what unfolds, the secret weapon is a $5 note, which isn't enough to sway the current champion. Now Savage is sat in the Silver Dorado, which someone apparently can take away as he slams on the horn like a fucking impatient toddler.
Yeah. It's so bad.
Holly, my question to you, what the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
At
This
what
must
point?
be one of these points we don't see. This must be like right, I need you to advertise this, XYZ or whatever, but we don't see that side of it.
We're over halfway through the show at this point.
Yeah.
What is going through your head?
What am I doing? And why don't I have a drink?
You didn't drink?
Nope.
Actually, I didn't drink either. I was too delirious. I was high. I had a natural high.
I feel like I should have actually taken something stronger to watch this.
Oh, quite. And I think no one would have begrudged you for that either.
No.
Next out is another former Giants player, of course, and current sportscaster Billy Taylor. Billy Taylor says that a lot of other NFL players from the Giants have tried and failed, so he actually doesn't see what he can do differently.
Well, just don't bother then.
And it looks as though the previous gentleman actually made him mad. A bit of footsie.
So
Very nice.
sorry.
Oh, no, that was sexy. Made him mad, so now it is worse. That was awkward, that, wasn't it?
Sorry.
There was a moment where the big toe just kissed a little bit, and then the immediate panic and withdrawal there. So Billy Taylor says that people have pissed him off, and he doesn't even bother.
Good.
He does offer a handshake, though, and decides not to even attempt it, and just leaves. Bill Fralick is out next, and his swat at Mr. Fuji's Japanese flag before shaking the hands of both Todd and Savage is noticeable. Bill Fralick thinks he's been softened up and he's good to go. Holly, you might remember Bill Fralick.
Why should I?
He was one of the NFL stars that competed in the WrestleMania 2 Battle Royal, and I believe was the, and I quote, good-looking one of the bunch, who then got into a bit of a shoving contest with Big John Studd. He looked younger then.
I don't
Trust
know.
me, he's the one that you thought was good-looking at the WrestleMania 2 Battle Royal.
I mean, I'm not doubting it.
Because you're like, he's the one who gave me a something.
Bunch. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
There it is.
All right.
All right.
All right. Okay, I can see why I would have said that.
Oh, you 100% said that, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Bill Fralick does manage to lift one of Yoko's legs, but ultimately falls just short. I think Yoko was a little bit panicked there, because a couple of them have gone, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't do that.
And all it takes is for that wee ball to just
fall on
lose
his
a
arse.
little bit of balance.
Yeah,
And
that
it
wee
goes-
ball.
Oh, come on.
Well, yeah, fine.
It's either wee ball or the guy from Noddy.
Yeah, I was thinking that, the policeman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Officer Plod or whatever it was. Is that actually who it
PC
was?
Plod?
PC Plod, who cares? Officer Plod, I'm giving him a formal title. Not that PC isn't. Shut up, Scott. Anyway, you can see where the delirium kicks in for us around this part. So, yeah, panicked Yokozuna. Todd approaches Mr. Fuji and says, see, it can be done.
Yeah, we're fine. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze, and I was like, oh no.
I thought you were talking to someone outside the room. That was bizarre.
Oh, good. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze.
No, that's absolutely fine. We could have stopped. It's fine. We'll carry on.
It's fine. I've pushed through.
We'll power through. I think that's the best at this point, to be fair, on this show. Yep, Todd approaches Mr. Fuji and says, see, it can be done. But Mr. Fuji is not having any of it. Next out is a man who is giving me a lot of Velveteen Dream vibes. Joey Smith is introduced by a panic-stricken Savage who has to be told his name before coming out with my new favourite line of the night. Joey Smith right here. Give it up. Big time Giants and Eagles thing, right? Big wide receiver. It's like he literally
good.
goes out the ring, goes, right? Like, I don't know who the fuck he is.
Like, have I just said it right? Like,
But the receiver brought me back.
brilliant.
Joey says he's going to go right at him and let the best man win. Oozing with arrogance is this man, but ultimately he falls short. Just had a text from my wife. You're scaring the dog. So I just want that to go out there. Todd still believes that there is somebody out there who can get the job done and tells the fans that they have to believe before rallying another USA chant.
That's so funny, I'm sorry.
With his brother having failed before him, out comes the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner.
Jesus. What has he got on his face? Oh, look.
So the reason for that noise that Holly just made is, as I mentioned, my Savage impression apparently is being critiqued by my fairly young puppy that was downstairs, who started huffing and then flew up the stairs to come and greet us.
No.
So Holly's reaction was seeing the dog come upstairs and look all adorable. So I've taken the dog back downstairs to be with his mum. And we are now going to continue to press ahead with the show. And we are at the dog-faced gremlin, ironically, Rick Steiner. Rick says he won't be giving his strategy up. And he even removes his usual headpiece. Weird that, isn't it?
It is odd. And my eyes just couldn't leave his tash.
Sensational.
It's unreal.
Imagine riding that. Unbelievable, Jeff. Honestly, you could have 4 people hold on to it. It's fucking huge.
So
fucking huge.
So true.
He mixes it up as well, much like Scott did. He hits multiple clotheslines before attempting to throw Yokozuna overhead with a belly-to-belly suplex, but no dice, unfortunately.
Oh.
Savage says he loves that thought process and says that those Americans can sure think. They're not all winners with Savage. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know.
Jim Campin is out next from the NFL in full kit wanker mode, and he believes that he will not only pick Yokozuna up, but he'll place him right on that big red dot, i.e. the flag of Japan. Jim Campin shoots for a leg and off-balances the champion, but doesn't get it done. Next to try their luck is Jim Jensen, who is wearing a tribute to Holly in all black. Tim hopes that Yokozuna has taken his vitamins, and that might be the only thing he hasn't taken, if we're being honest with ourselves on this one.
Fair.
He shoots, he tries, he was waved away by the WWF champion. Yokozuna be craving that chair. He is blowing, he is not happy.
Oh, for sure.
Now, to really timestamp this episode, we can see on the far side of the ring Todd Pettingale on a massive, and I'm going to call it this, cellular phone. It's like one of those big car phones from back in the day.
Like the block phone,
huge,
isn't it?
like when you see in the old Wall Street films. Ridiculous. We want Crush. We want Crush. Only time that's ever been heard.
Well, okay. And they also know who's there.
Yep. Oh, he's obviously poked his head round the corner. And there was me chanting by myself, we want Doink. We want Doink.
Doink, doink.
We want Doink. We do want Doink.
No one ever.
And you hear someone in the crowd shout, get the Hulk.
Yep.
You mean Hogan or like the green
Hulk.
monster?
The
Okay,
actual
fine.
Hulk.
Puny sumo. We get a very elongated pause before Ted welcomes us to the original Hawaiian punch, Crush. Top mullet from the big man, who slowly marches his way down to the ring. There is so much going on with this look, I genuinely don't know where to begin, bruh.
Yeah.
It's so complex. He will feature, I'm sure, in some sort of outfit comment by yourself.
No.
Can you? Okay.
No.
Can we take this opportunity to explain what we're seeing?
We've seen him like this before.
Yeah, we have.
Though?
Do you know who it was against? Doink at WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The double doink from behind.
Oh God. The unitard.
Yep.
It's like purple and orange.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on, but also
yeah.
nothing at the same time.
It's an assault of the senses, and I'm disappointed on all of it.
It's just a bit weird.
But the mullet is stanky. Like there's,
it's not a.
Because it's not fully dyed blonde. It's like the ends are dyed blonde. It's just a bit of a disaster zone.
It gives a lot. It's exactly for me. It's exactly what I said. It gives a lot, but also nothing.
Yeah,
like I don't really. Yeah. It's
overwhelming yet underwhelming all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a walking conundrum. This is Crush. Just as with all those that came before him, Todd asks Crush what his strategy is, and the reply is simple enough: just get in there and get it on.
Ooh.
Sexy.
All right.
The two men stare one another down as Savage points out that Crush has the height advantage.
Because that fucking matters.
Exactly that, yeah. Crush hits the ropes to get momentum and indeed lifts Yoko off his feet, with his back giving out, and ultimately the slam is not completed. Crush and the fans ask for one more attempt, but no dice. Todd now announces that up soon will be Randy Savage, who takes exception to this comment, saying that he is not lined up for this event, but because he feels the energy of these people, he'll do it anyway. He re-enters the ring and... what? And bowls. What? Oh no, Heenan re-enters the ring and bows before the champion and Mr. Fuji, before telling everyone they might as well go home and enjoy the rest of the 4th of July, which it wasn't filmed on. And this challenge is simply impossible. Stop wasting your time.
Okay.
Holly's gone home. Holly stopped watching at this point, so I'll take it.
I turned off the first time he said that.
So all this is new information
to
you.
This is all done.
Savage interrupts him and says that he's going to attempt it right now, dig it. With that, the brain leaves the ring. Savage places his glasses on Todd Pettingill, which makes him look even more of a twat, as they invite Heenan back into the ring to watch this up close and personal. To suggest that Savage can slam the WWF champion... Sorry, Todd suggests that Savage can slam the WWF champion, and something tells me, Holly, they're clearly trying to kill some time here. It's almost like they're waiting for something.
Yeah.
I wonder what that could be.
Because to me, Savage is not meant to be doing this.
I don't think so.
Because also, even his attire, he's not in wrestling boots.
He does well for it, though.
He does do well for it, yeah. But even, I feel like you can even feel off the cuff him go, okay.
Yeah, and I think that's it. And they're trying to kill some time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably what that phone call was about. They're trying to draw out some of these people coming out because they're waiting for...
We've got 5 minutes, like we can't...
to make it into the vicinity.
Yeah.
Exactly that. He credits Savage, and he being Heenan, credits Savage with his accomplishments in the Federation, saying he's done it all, but nobody, and he does mean nobody, will be slamming Yokozuna today.
Fair point.
Todd makes a bold claim that Heenan is an American. No, it's fucked me over there because it's the complete opposite of what I've said. Todd makes a bold claim that Heenan is un-American,
There we go.
which he rightly refutes. Bobby says that it's nothing to do with being American, it's just not possible. Savage says it will be all the more impressive when he does slam Yokozuna, given how much the brain has doubted him. Macho Man says he has no plan. Oh, fuck me, this sentence. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Sorry, Em.
I have no plan. I'm a human torpedo, and he just throw things down and they happen, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know what human torpedo is and how that lifts something and slams it, but he's hoping that that's going to be the case. Savage is leading the crowd now in a chant of USA.
Yeah.
Yoko shoves Savage to the floor, and he immediately springs to his feet and tries to slam the big man, but comes up painfully short. Todd says he'd like to thank the people for coming out today, but Savage interrupts him saying, I want another shot. Todd clarifies that the rules clearly state, which we haven't seen, it was one attempt per person, when all of a sudden a helicopter comes into view and lands on the ship. Did you hear what the fans did here?
Well, I heard they were chanting for Hogan.
Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan.
A lot of cheering for Hogan.
A curious Yokozuna looks on from the ring as Mr. Fuji wears a look of general disinterest, if not flat-out boredom.
That's basically how I looked the whole time.
Because Yokozuna actually is kind of doing a proper good little rubbernecking.
Of like,
yeah,
oh, who is this
whereas
one?
Mr. Fuji is just staring off into the nothing, not even looking in the direction.
Accurate representation of me watching the show.
Well, your notes finished about 2 weeks ago, didn't they? I
Yeah,
think?
pretty much. Hey, I've got the good stuff.
Oh, we're gonna
none.
go.
So that's it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. After a few moments, we hear the voice of Pettingill announce, "Ladies and gentlemen, Lex Luger." From out of the crowd appears the former narcissist wearing a patriotic top and jeans, actually the same top that Todd's wearing. Let's not overlook that. Bobby Heenan, the man who brought him into the company, asks him what he's doing, and only is to get shoved in response into the Silver Dorado. The fans chant Luger's name as he enters the ring, and he signals that it's time for the WWF champion to get slammed. Again, I cannot stress enough that this was him. He was a heel up to this point.
Yeah.
So him coming out, surprisingly, getting a cheer, I think they're like, oh, actually, fuck it, you're going to represent us, go for it, do it. Lex says he wouldn't miss this for the world. He takes pride in himself and takes pride in his country, and that the fans came here to see the WWF champion get slammed. Mr. Fuji says that the contest is now over. Brilliant. Again, Mr. Fuji, star performer. Luger says that Mr. Fuji is more than a rash. He is a cancer in the World Wrestling Federation. Furthermore, he says there's nothing wrong with America. The only issue is blood-sucking leeches like Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna. They are a disgrace to the World Wrestling Federation. With that, Mr. Fuji drops the flag and spits on the ground in front of Lex. In response, Luger grabs Mr. Fuji by the back of his head and tosses him clean out of the ring. Big bump, actually, for the old boy.
Mm-hmm.
Lex rips off his top and flexes in front of the champion as the two men go face to face in actually a very good stare down. Like, it's a nice picture with the ship in the background.
Yeah.
Feels like it's got a little bit of importance about it. So as much as I've maligned and kind of mocked the show, that is a good moment.
Mm-hmm.
USA, USA. We get the classic shot of between Yoko's legs as he assumes the sumo pose. We haven't had that for a while.
No.
Before charging in, only to be sidestepped and crash into the turnbuckles. Steel plate forearm to the head, and Yokozuna is scooped off the ground and dropped down to the canvas. Thank God he jumped.
Mm-hmm.
I think a couple of the NFL players would have had a better job if they were actually allowed to go for it. Lex Luger has beaten the body slam challenge and celebrates like a madman in front of the cheering fans. He jumps up onto the bottom rope, throws his arms in the air, and then dashes off into another part of the ring. With that, all the challengers that fell before him enter the ring to congratulate him, and high fives and handshakes are handed out for all. Hebner enters the ring, and as the band begins to play, Hebner answers the ring. Hebner answers the ring.
Exits?
But I don't know why I've mentioned him.
I don't know.
Oh! No, so Hebner comes into the ring and basically says, pick him up. Like, he is orchestrating what they need to do.
Oh, I see, like celebration-wise.
Yeah, exactly that.
Right.
So they've got the shots that they need to make it look like a big
see.
celebration. And the Steiner brothers pick him up into the air onto the shoulders, and Lex is waving not one, but two Old Glories over his shoulder and in the air. Savage has a microphone in hand and congratulates Lex on doing the seemingly impossible. Lex says he couldn't have done it without the energy of the fans, and he felt it as soon as he got off the helicopter. Once again, imagine if he didn't. Imagine if they just went, oh, you fell too. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
you might as well
go.
have done for his...
Go get back on your helicopter.
Exactly.
And off you go.
Once again, the flags are raised in the air, and the fans begin to chant USA for the final time. We get a prolonged drum roll as the national anthem plays, and Lex is once again raised onto the shoulders of the WWF Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
The camera zooms out, and we can see the New York skyline, most notably the World Trade Centers, before we zoom back to Lex Luger once more, and the show comes to a close. Mm-hmm. There's a lot to unpack there, but not a lot at the same time. Firstly, just on the New York skyline, it's eerie to me whenever I see it, and the World Trade Centers are there.
Yeah.
This was an experience.
Yes.
I've been talking a lot.
Right.
You tell me your thoughts.
Oh God, that was a watch. I think it's the not. It was best to not know that this was going to be the whole thing.
Imagine if we'd done this one first.
Yeah, no. Well, the other superstars would have probably got a higher mark out of 10.
That is also a fair point, yeah.
And this, to me, just... I get it, as in, like, if you're actually out and seeing something like this, like, oh, family fun day, like, something like this would be maybe entertaining in person.
But imagine paying for it.
No, absolutely not.
There's also an assumption being made that the people that want to go and see a wrestling match give a shit about the NFL, the NHL, basketball,
Yeah,
baseball.
true.
Actually, to be fair, there were no baseball players. A jockey. That's funny, to be fair. Imagine that being one of the highlights.
I think also the thing that really also disinterested me was I didn't know who half the people were.
Yeah.
And I get it because it's in America. Like, you're going to use people that they know. But, like, yeah, the Dolphins back then, I don't know, I couldn't name you any Dolphins now, actually, to be fair. But...
Echo.
It was... But you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, so we've only got 4 wrestlers, or however many there were. Maybe 5.
5, not including Lex. The Steiners,
Yeah.
Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who should have
Tatanka.
come out and done it. Crush was the other one. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, you know, Are you trying to? They're trying to force this whole like all American look on Luger, but you've already got one with.
Okay, there must be a reason that
Duggan
wasn't there.
Yeah.
Have Duggan be the last person to try and do it, not Savage. Okay.
Yes.
Have him get very close and be frustrated, like, oh, it was close. Luger comes in, Luger does it. Hacksaw goes, seal of approval.
Yeah.
Here's the flag. Raise it.
Yeah, fair.
Be involved in the celebrations.
I did feel bad for Savage though, because he carried this for me. Like he carried it, and then you just can tell by watching it that he's a bit flustered, being like, and now I've got to stamp all of this out. Like, poor guy.
It was when he completely didn't know what the fuck the person was, the wide receiver that jumped into the ring.
Right.
Right? Big wide receiver.
So,
just amazing, because Savage, I've said before, he's taken away from shows that I've watched on commentary because he's a distraction. Here, he is a necessity.
By far.
Absolute necessity.
By far.
I can say we'll never see anything like that again.
Good.
Not because like I'm going to not pick it, because there is nothing like that. There's no comparison point for it. Luger, back to Luger.
Yeah.
He had a good career. There's no getting away from it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's, NWA, WCW, even the WWF, he's by no means poor, because he still had a notable run in there, if not at championship level. We've touched upon like what was missing.
Yeah.
Would you have thought, let's put yourself at this show. Okay. You're in the crowd.
Yeah. You
see Lex Luger, he'll come out and do this.
Yeah.
Does any part of you go, okay?
Yeah, probably.
We've got our guy.
Because it would have been the end and I would have been really happy. Probably. I would have been like, oh, okay. But it is still impressive no matter how much Go-Go helped. Again, it's different to put yourself in that time situation.
Well, because you can't. But
I think also watching it, the fact that the crowd were erupting for Hogan, and then Luger came out, and it's such an anticlimax. And you do feel bad. Like, I did feel bad for him. I was like, oh God, that's a bit harsh.
They get with the programme.
They do get behind it after a while.
It's not like, well, if they do, they've been muted. But I couldn't hear boos when they saw it was him.
But
there was uncertainty.
It felt like a little bit of an anticlimax. Like, they all want this guy. You can't have him. So here's what we're going to give you.
Yeah, you can't have Coke. Here's Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's like that type of equivalent. Yeah. I mean, I prefer Pepsi. It's not the point.
I don't know, so.
But just... Oh, yeah, you don't have Coke or Pepsi, do you?
Nope.
But it's like, that's the equivalent.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is the new thing.
Yeah.
I could see...
Waitrose, here's Aldi.
Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's tough. But I could see why they kind of landed on the Luger experiment. Yeah. Ultimately, when you look at Luger's time in WWF, it's a failure. Only because of what was forecast for him and the position he was kind of teed up to take over. Just when you're comparing him to Hulk Hogan, apart from the hairline, which is far superior, none of the other stuff quite adds up to what you need.
Yeah, it's trying to fill someone else's shoes, isn't it? Rather than being, and it's not down, I'm not saying it's down to him, but rather than kind of being allowed to be who you are, they're going, we need this gap filled.
Square peg, round hole.
Get in this and do this, and you just can't live up to someone else.
Sometimes you can,
replace someone else that's not replaceable.
Exactly. Look at whose shoes you're filling, and I think ultimately the WWF realised this through forcing their hand, and they lent the opposite direction in terms of the new generation. Even though Luger's part of the new generation, Bret Hart and Shawn are the new generation, and they've gone the complete opposite way with it. And that was ultimately what they realised. But if they're doing... They could only do this for someone like Lex in terms of the body slam, because Bret Hart's not going to believably body slam Yokozuna. Shawn Michaels wasn't ready yet. He's not there. He's a year away or 2 years away from being in that position. But I just look at it and go, it's all set up for you to succeed. And whilst I'm saying you're put in a difficult position with who you're trying to replace, does the application of the individual, that being Lex Luger, cost him everything in terms of what the run could have been? Was it inevitable that it was always going to fall short? Or
I don't know. Like I feel like it would have always fallen short. Like I've said about like trying to replace somebody, because I just don't. You just can't do that. But it could have still been good, or it could have still been something. It didn't necessarily have to be what they were trying to make it, but to me it did nothing. It
almost, I get, again, if I was there in person and saw this, you'd probably go, okay, cool, that's fine. But watching it as I'm talking about as a kid.
Yeah.
If I'm watching it as like an adult or even like an older like kind of teenager, I look at it and go, I don't know, because I think you can see there's something very alarming about the lack of. This is going to sound harsh because I don't mean it as it sounds. Because it's not the lack of humanity behind Lex, but there's something where he's always. It's a vacancy. It's a disinterest.
Show a lot of emotion.
Even when he's trying to affect emotion, the eyes tell the story, and his eyes are never in what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the time where we saw him shouting on the promo? Mm-hmm. And the eyes there the whole time, and you're like, you're not there.
No.
You're going through something so robotically that I'm not interested. Yeah. And I think that's the issue I've always had with Lex. It's never been the look. No. I mean, it's just the application of the individual, the talent, the charisma is not there. It's
so
not there.
Bizarre, because I watch a lot of the stuff now that DDP puts out.
Oh, it's great.
With him now.
It's great.
But even just listening to him talk now, I am invested, because there's so much emotion behind it, and I'm so invested, and it's fascinating. But then, like I hear a promo that he did back then, and I'm like, I get, life has happened and stuff like that, but it's like, if there was just that bit of something there, maybe. But again, I personally haven't seen enough of him.
He needed a manager who could carry him in the talking bits and add to him where he just stand there kind of doing your thing. But there's something still about the facial lack of emotion that I think was nigh on impossible. And I don't think that's necessary. He's obviously not intentionally doing it.
No.
And like I said, wish him absolutely all the best in his recovery with DDP. But I just don't think he ever had the core attributes to be what was expected of him early doors.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It was always an expectation.
And again, it's one you're not going to live up to. And unfortunately, that was the case. We know what happened. It didn't pan out. And I think, I'll be honest, I don't think Luger's a silly man. I think he saw the writing on the wall. I think he realised fairly early doors, he's like, I've got to ride this out. I think he was just not waiting for his contract to run out to jump to WCW, but he was working on a handshake for however long, and then just went, do you know what? Yeah.
I think he's even said, I think there's been interviews where he's kind of said like he wasn't happy with the direction that everything was going in. And you think, well, if you're also saying that, you're going to portray that as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, so everyone knows that you're not happy doing it, and therefore everyone's not really bothered.
Might have been conditioned into it in the first place, but he never looked fully engaged, if you ask me. So it's a unfortunate series of events, but I guess it led us to the likes of Bret Hart really getting a bit of a run with the ball, and then on to Shawn Michaels and so forth. What did you think of this show? How do you rate a show like this?
I don't. I cannot.
Okay.
If I
a non-rating.
If I was rating it, it would be 0 for me.
Okay, 2 stars, because funny. I was delirious watching this.
Yeah, I just can't. I just can't.
It's worse than the last one. I gave that 3, but I was so delirious watching this. And Savage, I've got an added appreciation for Savage off the back of this.
God, yeah. I mean, maybe 0 is harsh.
No, you can say non-rating. That's fine. There's no wrestling.
0.5. It would the only points I would be giving are for Savage.
Let me ask you this, and I know the answer.
No.
Would you rather watch this again or Festival de Lucha?
Oh God, this, because it was 40 minutes long.
There it is.
Well, 50 minutes.
And what did you give Festival de Lucha?
Oh, I don't know.
You gave this nothing, but no, that's fair enough. It's hard to.
There was minimal wrestling.
I'm doing it on entertainment, not on wrestling, and I was so nutty off fumes of delirium that I laughed more times than I care to admit on this. And like I said, I reckon if I watched it again, I'll be outraged.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. Like I said, I wanted to put it on the table purely so we could get a proper discussion point around Lex Luger and the Lex Luger experiment, which we've kind of touched upon before. But it's in the rearview mirror, Holly.
Yeah.
And we're at the highlight of the show. You know it. We've all come to love it.
Yeah.
Outfit of the night. How many contenders?
1.
Todd Pettingale, come on down. Go on. Hit us with it.
Honestly, Savage here is outstanding. It is everything that he would normally wear. So it's the hat, the jacket with the tassels, the trousers. He's got cowboy boots on, which I did notice. T-shirt under the jacket. It's outstanding how it's all in the flag.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Like, it's outstanding, and it only works because it's him.
Yeah, agreed.
Nobody else could carry that.
I thought there might be some other contenders. I thought you might give Scott Steiner because of the kind of the unitard, because he's one that can wear it, you said.
He is one that can wear it, but even when I was just looking, I was a bit like, it's kind of like they've just said to everyone, oh, just grab something, like, you're going to be used for like 5 minutes. And
that gentleman who wore the Holly tribute in all black, I thought might get a shout.
No, and everyone else was just there in their Miami Dolphins t-shirt and shorts. So.
I thought Lex Luger, like when he came out before he took his top off, might get a little bit of credit for at least an also ran. Yeah,
he looked all right. I know he's also commented about the fact that he had to do that in jeans and cowboy boots was a concern, but I mean,
fair.
Yeah, it looked all right, but no, there was no point to me listing anyone else when Savage was that high up the rating.
I'll be honest, without knowing everyone who was coming out and what we're expecting to see on the show, when I saw Savage, I was like, game over.
Oh, 100%.
Game over.
I would recommend
the book has been closed.
Google it. Google that outfit.
It's one of his better ones. I'll be honest. It is one of his better ones.
I would put that far higher than the wedding one that we just
Agreed.
saw.
Apart from the feather. The feather is levels.
That's all he's missing in this one, isn't it?
If he had a feather, we'd live in the dream. We'd live in the dream. Yeah, I think Savage again has added another one. So Savage has gone 2-0 in the Superstar shows that he's been in with his outfit. So he's really extending that lead atop of the leaderboard for Holly's outfit of the night.
He is.
Before we head into the distance, Holly, please can you do the usual honours of sharing the socials with the listeners?
wintwicepod@gmail.com, and then Instagram and YouTube is wintwicepod.
And at the email address, you can obviously write in to us and suggest shows that we can add to the docket for future recordings. I have amazingly still had a nice time and enjoyed this one.
Yes.
Like I said, it was good to get the topic of Lex Luger kind of delved into a little bit deeper. Mm-hmm. And despite you not wanting to rate the show, I think you had a decent time of things as well. We won't do that one again.
No.
Won't do that. I won't put you through that again. No. Yeah. I mean, I know you said your memory's not good. I think you'd remember that if we went to watch it. You see the ship and start crying.
Yes.
Holly's not allowed to go on any cruises now for fear of burning them to the fucking ocean floor. But like I said, we've had a lovely time, guys. Hope you have as well. And until the next one, take care of yourselves and each other. Goodbye.
Bye.
Until next time, this has been a Win Twice Wrestling production. Peace out.